alter bill. You can't alter bill and sign a forged law. You see, the problem is that it does appear that the National Assembly members, because we run classless society, where full-grown adults, their most concern is cars, houses, and some few money in their pockets. They have forgotten their responsibility. Because what this communicates clearly is that the Nigerian National Assembly is just trash in the dustbin. And I feel that rather than the Nigerian National Assembly members, the legislative organ of the government in this country, rather than hold the government or hold the president accountable, they are so interested singing on your mandate you shall stand. I'm sorry, but we have the most incompetent National Assembly in the history of the Nigerian states. By now, for the fact that the gazetted tax law was forged, by now one would have seen the National Assembly move impeachment motion. Anybody who thinks that he wants to defend this behavior because he's a member of APC or because he likes the president should be ashamed of himself. This is the height of irresponsibility. Let me say, Bishop, within the media space, I think that we should stop calling this thing law. At the moment, Nigeria has no tax law. What Nigeria has is tax bill. Because what is gazetted now is not a law. That is not a law. That is a forged document that does not qualify to be called a law. It did not emanate. Okay. It did not. That what is gazetted did not emanate from the National Assembly. What emanated from the National Assembly was forged and dropped. What was gazetted emanated from the office of the president, the executive organ. And they do not have such powers to make law for the Nigerian state. So let's be clear. The media narrative about tax law is false. There's no tax law at the moment. Nigeria has no tax law at the moment. What we have is a bill that is yet to be finalized because the president cannot forge a document through the back door and call it law. This is what I'm saying, Bishop. The process was not completed. The National Assembly did their own part.
Okay, sir.
And the process is that when the National Assembly finishes when the two National Assembly, when the two chambers, when they finish the process,
yes, sir.
Okay. They send it to executive arm to finance sense.
Okay.
Until the president signs, whatever the National Assembly sent to the president is a bill, it's not a law.
Yes, sir. Agreed, sir.
It is when the president signs that it becomes a law.
Yes, sir.
But what the presidency did was that instead of them to sign, they altered the bill.
Okay.
And because they have altered the bill, it has invalidated the process. The behavior of the presidency for altering a bill sent to it by the National Assembly has rendered that bill null and void and unconstitutional. And you cannot build something on something that is illegal. You can't build law on illegality. So what I'm saying is that what is in the public domain today is not a law.
Okay.
Because what is in the public domain today did not emanate from the process or did not emanate from the National Assembly. What emanated from the National Assembly was discarded by the president and they presented forged documents. And because you have altered it, it automatically renders the law null and void.
Okay.
So the only thing to do now is to record the law. It is going to go back through the legislative processes clause by clause.
Okay.
And when the president signs, it comes back for reconciliation.
Okay.
This is important because it is not about the president alone. It is about the integrity and the image of the Nigerian state.
Okay, sir.
Before us and before the Committee of Nations, a country that forged its own law cannot begin to talk about democracy. So the conversation that Nigeria has tax law as it stands today is a faulty conversation. It's an intellectual, it's faulty intellectually. Because at the moment we don't have a law.
I agree with you.
Because that is not from the National Assembly. And the National Assembly has come out to say that what we passed was not what was signed into law. And let me say, why the Constitution allows the National Assembly to veto the president is that if the president refuses to sign the bill passed by the National Assembly, the Constitution gave the National Assembly the power to veto the president. That clause is there because the makers, the framers of the law, know that there are some times that the executive arm want to have their way. So the president must not even sign the law, the tax law. The National Assembly can veto the president. This is what I'm saying. And I'm saying we have men of intellectuals. They should stop making us feel like we are very incompetent. We are fools in this country. What's really going on? What kind of behavior is this? Where are the defenders of democracy? Where are the civil society? This is the time for Nigerian intellectuals to stand up and speak up. This is not the time of sitting on the fence. This is not the time. Because the Nigerian state is going down. The Nigerian state is going down. Society is governed by law. And by a time individuals begin to alter and forge law that will govern the society, you are calling for anarchy.